Okay, guys, it's your girl here. Welcome to another review of Black Girl and K-Drama Vibes. Excuse me. Um, Today I'm just gonna jump right into it. I don't really foresee this review being long. So the drama that we are reviewing today is Delightfully Deceitful, also known as beneficial fraud. And I must say, I prefer that name over Delightfully Deceitful. I think beneficial fraud should just be the go-to name. But for the sake of this video, or the sake of this review, shall I say, we're going to say Delightfully Deceitful. So this drama came out in 2023 and it has 16 episodes. Pretty standard, for a K drama. And it is currently on Netflix. That is where I watched it. So you can stream it on Netflix. And what is so crazy is it just came out on Netflix. So the drama itself, like I said, it came out in 2023, but it was available on Netflix this year. So, um, you know, you guys can see your female lead and male lead. Because it is Korean, I will not be getting into these names because I just tend to mess up these names, even though their names seem easy to say. Um, but anyways, the main character is the female lead. And so that's how I'm going to refer. I'm going to refer to female lead, male lead, and then, and go from there. So, what is this drama about? Now, I will say that I watched this drama like a few weeks ago, and it took me two, no, it took me a week to complete the drama. Um, I should have, recorded my review immediately after watching it, but I decided not to do that. Um, yeah. So it has been a few weeks since I've watched it, and I am just gonna go ahead and say it. I already know that my review is going to be unpopular opinion, and it's okay. It is okay because it's my opinion. So, what is Delightfully Deceitful about? It is about a scam artist, okay? A fraud. But she is a highly intelligent fraud. And I think some would even go on to call her a narcissist. Um, because she does not give a flip um about anyone really, but herself and what she is trying to do. And now that I think about it, I also forgot to mention the genre. So the genre for this drama is revenge, crime, and comedy. How they got comedy, I have no idea because I don't remember laughing while watching this drama. So I guess I missed the funny parts. But yeah, it's a revenge crime and comedy drama. But yes, the female lead, as I was saying, she is this highly intelligent scam artist. And the synopsis, so, depending on where you go to get your reads, you will see different things. But, here at Black Girl and K Drama Vibes, I do not like to reveal spoilers. So, there's so much I want to say, but then there's so much I just can't say because it would give too much away. But just to, you know, kind of give a synopsis on what it's about this female lead, right? She spends like a decade, yeah, 10 years in prison. And you know, basically she went to prison for murdering her parents. So that's what she goes to prison for. But like I said, she does 10 years, she gets out, and when she gets out, it's like, okay, it's in full effect, like planning, you know, fraudulent schemes, and also, trying to get revenge because this is something that obviously she has been planning, and she's trying to get you know, her get back. And, along the way, you see her personality and the type of person that she really is. And like I said before, like some would say she is a narcissist, because like she really doesn't give two F's about anyone. Like if you are messing up the mission, like just know, just know, like she will leave you high and dry. Um, so that's that without trying to give too much away. But like this character, like the way she goes about getting revenge, I have to say it is great because remember, in the very first review I did, it was on The Glory, which was also a revenge drama. And I was just, saying how like there's no place for relationships when I am trying to get revenge. Um, because at that moment, all that matters is getting revenge, and I can't be in love or, you know, caring about people when I'm on this, you know, when I got this evil plan. so, um, so I can say that I kind of enjoyed like the way that she was going about, you know, getting the revenge, but at the same time, like I also, after a while, it just started to get on my nerves. But that is pretty much what I can say because, yeah, I feel like if I keep going, then I'm going to like give too much. And the reason that is because though it is a revenge drama, there's also crime, and then you're having to figure things out. And I want you guys to be able to figure that stuff out on your own and not be like, oh, I listened to that review and oh, I already know that da 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 da. So, we're not doing that over here. So, now let's just get into my thoughts and my review, right? This drama was a hot mess to me. Let's just put it that way. I just I wasn't feeling it. And I fell asleep a lot. The reason it took me a week to complete the drama is because it just could not captivate me. I was not captivated whatsoever. Um and I know some of you may be like, "Well, girl, you have ADHD." No, that has nothing to do with it because when I'm interested in something, I am in it. You know what I'm saying? I don't get distracted. But when I'm not interested in something, that is when I get distracted. That is when my mind starts to wander, or in this case, I fall asleep. And so, yeah, I would like be watching like an episode. The fact that it took me 2 days just to watch episode one is ridiculous within itself. Um, I just couldn't make it past. I kept falling asleep. And then I would wake up and I would be like, ooh, I gotta rewind because I don't even know what's going on. I don't remember this. And it wasn't just episode one that I fell asleep on. I fell asleep on a few episodes. And yeah, it just was very it was just I felt like I was being dragged along for a very long time. I really feel like this is a drama that could have been completed in 12 episodes. Shoot, probably even 10. A lot of the stuff was just unnecessary. A lot of the different characters, I really didn't care about the characters. Like, I didn't care about the probation officer. I understand why the probation officer was in the drama. I understand like his purpose, his role. I mean, duh, she just got out of prison, so of course she has to have a probation officer, but like I really didn't care. There's also a psychiatrist in the story. I don't care about the psychiatrist. Like I don't care. Like, so even though it has, the female lead and the male lead, and it really, follows them. And trust me, all these different characters, like they all tie in into each other. So there is a purpose and a significance to each of them. But at the same time, I don't care about them. Well, I will say, I lie. I take that back. If I had to pick my favorite character in this whole drama, it is, oh my goodness. I'm trying to remember what his name was. Um, but he's a character. He's a friend of the female lead, and uh, he speaks like his character speaks all these different languages. And I have to say, it was something about him. And now that I think about it, he was the comedic factor in this. Now that I think about it. But yes, he was my favorite. He was my favorite character. I cannot think. of his name right now, obviously, because he's not on my list and he's not in my notes. Y'all know when I do these reviews, I'm doing them off the top of my head. Like, obviously, I have my screen in front of me and I'm looking at what you guys are looking at. But at the same time, I'm also just looking around my room. So, which is why I had forgot to mention the genre. But, but yeah. Um, so Ringo, that's his name. Ooh, it's amazing how that came to me. Yes, his name is Ringo. That is my favorite character in this whole thing. Um, and yes, I do like the female lead, and I do think that the two leads are actually good actors. I truly believe that. I just, like I said, this drama just wasn't captivating for me. Like, it couldn't keep my attention. And so when a drama cannot keep my attention and I kind of do not feel inclined to even finish it, but obviously I finished it because y'all know I have a thing about finishing dramas. If you go back and listen to my first review when I talked about the whole 50 plus episodes of Eden, East of Eden, and how long it took me to finish that, oh my goodness. Um, so yeah, so I wanted to complete it because I was like, I started it. And then also, my mom suggested it to me because my mom actually really liked this drama. And I told her, like, girl, no, this was not it. So that is pretty much that. Like, there's all these different characters that you're learning about. Um, But at the same time, which I think is what helped boost this drama's ratings for me, is that it does stick to being about revenge, right? And that is the sole mission of this drama. But you're also developing like the story of other characters, like I said, that I do not care about, except for Ringo. But I don't care about these characters. I just don't. It's just way too many for me. Too many supporting roles in this drama. Which is why I prefer when it's just the male and the female lead, and then maybe one supporting or two supporting actors. But once you get into more, it's just too much. But yeah, so I rated this drama a 2 out of 5. And as I said, this is going to be unpopular opinion because I have looked at, what other people have given it, and some people have rated it pretty high, and great for them. And I don't knock them for their reviews. That's how they felt. They were obviously captivated. I was not. And so it is a 2 out of 5 for me. It would have been lower, but like I said, I love a good revenge. I love a good crime. And I did feel like it really stuck to those genres, but it just wasn't enough to make me be like, ooh, I could watch this again in like 2 or 3 years. No, I will not ever watch this again. Um, and that is just me giving my honest opinion. So, if you want to check this drama out, I say, hey, go for it because um I am the type of person, like, I read reviews um before I watch like a movie or something. Like I'll read the review, or I'll go on, Rotten Tomato and see how many, you know, uh whatever it got. I can't even think straight, you guys. But yeah, and then I'll see and I'll be like, oh, this got 97 on Rotten Tomato. So yeah, I guess we can give it a try. Like, yeah, but sometimes things have horrible ratings and I still watch it because it's like, yeah, it may be popular opinion, but like, how am I gonna feel about it? And then I either am like, oh, I agree with everyone else, or I'm like, I don't. So, this is just to help, you gather kind of an understanding of what this is about, and then you go from there. Like, basically you watch it with low expectations and maybe it'll exceed your expectations. That's usually how I go into things. Like, but when people hype stuff up and then I watch it because I had high expectations and it didn't meet those high expectations, then that's when it gets low ratings. But if it has low ratings and then you have low expectations and then it exceeds that, then it's like, oh wow, this is phenomenal. And an example of that for me would be Squid Games. I feel like people hype the crap out of Squid Games. And I was like, okay, everyone keeps talking about this because I was never going to watch it. It did not seem interesting at all to me. And I watched it and I was like, okay, but did it meet the high expectations I had for it? No, it did not. And maybe I will review Squid Games, but I'm probably not the best person to review it because I've only watched season one and I refuse to watch season two or three. I felt like season one was all we needed, but they just kept it going. But so I kind of gave you guys another review without going into much detail, but yeah, that is my review on Delightfully Deceitful. Go ahead and check it out for you yourselves. If you've already watched it, you know what to do. Let's talk about it in the comment section without, spoiler alerts. And yes, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.